What's going on, everyone? Justin with Justin and Lou here. Today we're going to look at the top 50 highest selling VHS tapes according to eBay. So I found these VHS tapes by looking at just the sold listings on eBay and then sorting by the highest sold, including shipping. I looked at only the auction only prices. I didn't use any buy it now. And there were at least 5 bidders on each listing. Normally I do 10 bids, but for something like this list, I wanted to use the bidders. Just that shows more of the demand for the product, and it all these filters kind of help filter out those fake sales, fraudulent sales, those kinds of things. So just makes it more of a legit list, in my opinion. This list does not mean that each of these titles will always sell for these amounts. It's meant to more be a snapshot for this period in time. A lot of times it's just about timing, getting it out there at the right time. But it is worth looking into if you come across any of these VHSs while you're thrifting or yard sailing or something like that. So if you enjoy this kind of content, check out my other videos and hit subscribe. Would appreciate that. I'll put a couple videos up top here if you're interested. I got another one on VHS that I did a while back when I first got into these countdown videos, and also one on Beanie Babies not long after that. All right, with that said, let's get into it. So coming in at number 50, we have the classic Rocky 2. It's graded by IGS, and IGS is just they're similar. If you're into sports cars, they're similar to PSA or BGC. They just check the quality of the VHS, so when you're buying these or when you're collecting these, you know what you're getting. So this one here is graded an 8, and that's out of 10. It says it's a population of 1, so that means there's only one of these movies that's graded at that grade. It could be some higher or lower. But this one sold for $1,901.99. It got 15 bids from 10 different bidders, and that was a 5-day auction. Number 49, we have Ghostbusters, sealed from 1984. This one sold for $1,875. Received 32 bids from 20 bidders, and that was over the course of 10 days. So coming in at number 48, we have Kill Bill Volume 1. It's got 2 grades on it. The one above did as well. It was just both 8. So the first grade is going to be the box, and the second grade is going to be the seal. So there's no rips in either the seal or the box, cracks, crinkles, whatever you want to call them. So this one got a 6.5 on a box and 7.5 on a seal. It sold for $2,000, 14 bids from 10 different bidders, and that was over the course of 10 days. Number 47, we have an ungraded Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the OG original sealed. One thing that's cool about it, it's got the little Pizza Hut sticker there, which for me would make it more desirable. I kind of grew up in that era, those days of going into Pizza Hut, getting the buffet. They used to have giveaways all the time with like basketballs and just random stuff like that. So that would be appealing to me. And this movie holds up. This is one of my favorite movies on the list. Loved it as a kid and watched it a couple times as an adult. And it's actually just even Mutant Ninja Turtles aside, it's a really good movie. So this one sold for $2,015. It received 35 bids from 14 bidders. Number 46, we have our first Star Wars, first of many. So this is the original. It got grades of 7 and 7. It is sealed, and it sold for $2,050. Received 12 bids from 8 bidders. Number 45, we have another Ghostbusters. This one also sealed, and it has the original stickers there from the store. Ames, $19.89 originally. So somebody held on to this for 38 years, something like that. And it sold for $2,025, 11 bids from 7 bidders. Number 44, we have our first Schwarzenegger, Predator, from 1988, factory sealed. It's got the store stamp on there. This one sold for $19.95, I believe, originally. And nowadays it sells for $2,100, 29 bids from 11 bidders. Number 43, we have sealed Star Trek VHS. It's got the original stickers on there, $24.95 originally, and it sold for $2,125. It received 28 bids from 8 bidders, and that was over the course of 10 days. Number 42, we have my favorite Rocky, Rocky 4. That was the one with the Russian, and this one ungraded, sealed. It says red label. I tried looking that up what the red label means, but I wasn't able to find anything. Obviously, it just says hi-fi there in the corner, so I'm assuming that was something that was only done for a while, or indicates that it was an original. So this one sold for $2,148.44. It received 26 bids from 14 bidders. Number 41, we have Bloodsport. It says it's a first press watermark. This one sold for $2,175, and it received 39 bids from 12 bidders. Number 40, we have the original Karate Kid, factory sealed. This one sold for $2,175. It received 39 bids from 15 bidders. Number 39, so this is a movie I'm not a fan of. I know it's got a cult following, but I've tried watching it a couple times, but just couldn't get into it. Fight Club with Brad Pitt, received an 8.5 and 8.5. It says first release from 1999, which I think this is one of the newest movies on this list. This one sold for $2,275, and it received 27 bids from 14 bidders. Number 38, we have another Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, 7.5 on the box and 8.5 on the seal, and it sold for $2,343.74, and it received 21 bids from 12 bidders over the course of 7 days. Number 37, we have Top Gun, 1986. This one's sealed. It's got the original stickers on the package. It sold for $2,471.35. Received 27 bids from 15 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. Number 36, we have our first horror movie, Pumpkinhead. It got grades of 8 and 7.5, which is near mint. It says it's a population 1, and it sold for $2,502. It received 17 bids from 8 bidders. Number 35, we have another Karate Kid. This one's got a grade of 6.5 and 7. It's not very high, but still sold for $2,513.88, and it received 28 bids from 15 bidders over the course of 7 days. Number 34, we have the original Star Wars again. This one ungraded. It is sealed, and it has the original sticker on there. Again, it's got that red label, hi-fi. This one sold for $2,550. It received 35 bids from 16 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. Number 33, we have our second horror movie, Halloween 2, from 1987. It is sealed, and it sold for $2,550. It received 11 bids from 8 bidders. Number 32, another horror movie. We have Christine from John Carpenter. This one sold for $2,588.88, and it received 29 bids from 11 bidders over the course of 7 days. Number 31, we have a sealed Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. This is from 1982, and it sold for $2,638.88. It received 11 bids from 7 bidders. Number 30, another Star Wars. This one's The Empire Strikes Back, grade 6.5 and 7.5. This one's from 1984. It says there's a white watermark. This one also has that red hi-fi. Sold for $2,700. It received 18 bids from 11 bidders, and that was over the course of 5 days. Number 29, we have another Empire Strikes Back, so back to back there. This one graded 7.5 and 7.5. And this one sold for $2,767.57, and it received 20 bids from 8 bidders over the course of 5 days. Number 28, another Schwarzenegger. We have Conan the Barbarian, graded 7.5 and 7. Population 1 was sold for $2,777. Got 27 bids from 13 bidders over the course of 5 days. Number 27, we have Blade Runner from 1987, graded 7.5 and 7.5, and it sold for $2,800 and received 23 bids from 10 bidders over the course of 7 days. Number 26, Rambo First Blood Part 2. I thought it was weird that there was that Rambo 2 was the one on here, not the original. This one's sealed. It sold for $2,894.44, and it received 22 bids from 7 bidders, and that was over just 1 day. So I'm wondering if maybe this is just a rare VHS to come across, and that's why it sold. The 1 day auction is strange to me. They must have really wanted to unload it and just knew that they would be able to. Number 25, we have another horror movie, not one I've heard of, Chopping Mall. Kind of want to see if I can find it now and watch it. It's from 1987. It is sealed, and it sold for $3,005.55. And they received 61 bids from 16 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. So this one was a surprise to me. Number 24, we have the Mario Brothers movie from 1993, graded 8.5 and 8.5. It sold for $3,050, received 18 bids from 10 bidders, and that was over the course of 5 days. Number 23, we have The Princess Bride from 1988. Originally sold for $13.22 and recently sold for $3,050. Received 34 bids from 11 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. Number 22, we have another Top Gun. This one graded 8 and 7.5. Sold for $3,050, and it received 25 bids from 12 bidders over 10 days. Number 21, we have another Return of the Jedi. This one graded 7.5 and 6.5. It's got the red label hi-fi there, $3,249, 18 bids from 11 bidders, and that was over the course of 5 days. Number 20, we have the Terminator, the original, 1984, sealed, sold for $3,270, received 31 bids from 12 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. Number 19, we have Back to the Future 2, graded 10 and 9. So Epic Mint is what they call that. Very high grade. Sold for $3,438.88, and it received 27 bids from 12 bidders, and that was over the course of 3 days. Number 18, we have The Empire Strikes Back. This one ungraded. It's got the hi-fi label there. Sold for $4,050, and it received 29 bids from 9 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. Number 17, we have another Back to the Future. This one 9.5, 9.5, double gem. Sold for $4,166, and that received 25 bids from 14 bidders over the course of 10 days. Number 16, we have another Empire Strikes Back here. This one graded an 8 and a 7. And this one has the hi-fi red label there. Sold for $4,266. It received 24 bids from 11 bidders, and that was over the course of 10 days. Number 15, we have the original Back to the Future. This one graded 9, 9.5. Sold for $4,450. It received 18 bids from 7 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. Number 14, we have another horror movie, Maniac from 1981, factory sealed. This one sold for $4,605.55. It received 12 bids from 6 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. Number 13, we have Blade Runner, factory sealed. They haven't had it graded yet, but it's still sold for $4,936, and it received 32 bids from 15 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. Number 12, we have our second Mario on the list. This one graded an 8 and a 6.5, sealed. It sold for $5,000, and it received 37 bids from 12 bidders over the course of 7 days. Number 11, we have another Star Wars here, graded 6.5 and 7.5. It's got the hi-fi red label, sold for $5,100. It received 14 bids from 12 bidders, and that was over the course of 5 days. All right, so getting into the top 10, we're going to start with Scarface. It's a 2-tape pack. This one's sealed, not graded, sold for $5,100, and it received 28 bids from 17 bidders over the course of 10 days. Number 9, we have another Back to the Future. This one 9 and 10, Epic Mint. Sold for $5,300, and it received 25 bids from 13 bidders over the course of 7 days. Number 8, we have the original Rocky. It's got the original sales sticker on it, $28.96. Sold recently for $5,486. Received 29 bids from 11 bidders over the course of 7 days. Number 7, we have another sealed Ghostbusters. This one's 7.5 and 7.5. It sold for $5,500, and it received 20 bids from 9 bidders over the course of 7 days. Number 6, another Star Wars. Lots of Star Wars, like I said in this. Graded 8.5 and 7.5. It says it's the highest graded population one. It sold for $7,000 and received 28 bids over the course of 12 days. Number 5, we have Return of the Jedi from 1987, graded 8 and 7.5. This one sold for $7,025.99, and it received 27 bids from 12 bidders over the course of 7 days. Number 4, we have Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Not graded, but it is sealed. Sold for $7,600. Received 80 bids from 12 bidders over the course of 10 days. Number 3, we have another Top Gun. This one not graded. It is sealed. It's got the original stickers on there. Another Ames sale, $19.89. Sold recently for $8,200. Received 48 bids from 18 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. Number 2, we have a Betamax, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Not a VHS, but similar. This one graded 7.5 to 6, near mint. And this one sold for $9,100. Received 34 bids from 14 bidders over the course of 10 days. So now for number 1, I almost didn't make this number 1 because it's actually 3 VHSs, but it's kind of a set. And I just wanted to show how much you could get if you did have this set. So number 1, we have the original 3 Star Wars red label there, hi-fi. They're all sealed, and they all sold for $19,908.22. Got 17 bids from 8 bidders, and that was over the course of 7 days. So just, $19,000, almost $20,000 for 3 VHSs there. You know, the ones before were getting $9,000, $8,000, $7,000. So some of these VHSs, if you come across the right ones, can be worth a lot of money. So definitely worth just, keeping an eye out whenever you're out and about looking at these, or if you have some sitting on your shelf that have been sitting there for a while. So some key takeaways. Number 1, sealed. Sealed VHSs are the way to go. In that top 50, there were none that were not sealed. Number 2, graded. If you can get them graded, it's going to be better. That way the buyer knows what they're getting. It's just more, and they're protected too. They're in a case, so they're not going to get damaged. And I think IGC, I was on their website a little earlier, and it looks like right until December 14th, they're only accepting emergency submissions, which is, I think, $255. So I'm sure they've got some lower tier pricing. It probably takes a little bit longer, but that'll be in the middle of next month. So if you have something you want to get graded, that'd be the time to look. Number 3 is Star Wars. Star Wars is king. The original Star Wars are sellers. You saw how many times they were on this list, so keep an eye out for those. So if you have a VHS you want to sell, don't take this as an end-all be-all list. When you go to look and kind of pricing to see how much you want to sell them for, be sure to sort by lowest sales as well, so you can get a good gauge of what they're going to sell for. Well, that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget that subscribe button. And of course, the most important thing about VHS tapes.